Getting abs is not about doing hundreds of crunches every day or spending hours on cardio. The truth is that everyone already has abdominal muscles, but for most people, those muscles are hidden under a layer of body fat. If you truly want visible abs, you need to focus on building the right habits and following a system that works over time. The first and most important step is nutrition. No matter how hard you train, if your diet is not under control, your abs will never fully show. You need to consume slightly fewer calories than your body burns each day while keeping your protein intake high. Protein helps preserve muscle mass during fat loss and supports recovery after training. Foods like eggs, chicken breast, fish, lean beef, rice, oats, vegetables, and fruits should become the foundation of your daily meals. At the same time, you need to limit processed foods, sugary drinks, and mindless snacking that can quickly destroy your progress. Training is the second major piece of the puzzle. Many beginners make the mistake of training abs with only bodyweight exercises and extremely high repetitions. In reality, your abdominal muscles should be trained just like any other muscle group. They need resistance, progressive overload, and recovery. Exercises such as hanging leg raises, cable crunches, weighted sit ups, and ab wheel rollouts are highly effective for building stronger and thicker abdominal muscles. Focus on quality over quantity, performing each repetition with control and full range of motion instead of rushing through the workout. However, abs are not built by ab exercises alone. Compound movements such as squats, deadlifts, pull ups, and overhead presses activate your core intensely while helping you build total body muscle mass. The more muscle your body carries, the more calories you burn naturally, making fat loss easier. Cardio can also support your goal, but it should complement your training, not replace it. Walking, cycling, or short high-intensity sessions can help create the calorie deficit needed for fat loss. Finally, the real secret to getting abs consistency. Results do not appear in 2 weeks or even 1 month. Building a lean, athletic body takes patience, discipline, quality sleep, stress management, and daily commitment. The people who achieve visible abs are not necessarily the most talented. They are simply the ones who stay consistent long enough to let the process work. Most people believe that getting visible abs starts in the gym, but the reality is that it starts long before you touch a weight or perform your first workout. The foundation of a lean, defined midsection begins with understanding that your abdominal muscles already exist. What prevents them from showing is not a lack of ab exercises, but the layer of body fat covering them. This is why nutrition becomes the first and most important step in your journey. You can spend hours training every week, doing endless crunches, planks, and leg raises. But if your eating habits are not aligned with your goal, your progress will remain hidden. To reveal your abs, your body needs to enter a calorie deficit, which means consuming slightly fewer calories than you burn each day. This does not mean starving yourself or following extreme diets. It means making smarter choices consistently and understanding how food affects your body composition. Protein should become your best friend during this process. Foods such as eggs, chicken breast, lean beef, fish, Greek yogurt, and protein-rich snacks help preserve muscle mass while your body burns fat. When you lose weight without enough protein, you risk losing muscle along with fat, which can leave your physique looking smaller rather than stronger. Along with protein, you need quality carbohydrates to fuel your workouts and maintain energy throughout the day. Rice, oats, potatoes, fruits, and whole grains provide steady energy and support recovery. Healthy fats from foods like avocados, nuts, olive oil, and salmon also play an important role in hormone production and overall health. At the same time, you need to become aware of the hidden calories that slow your progress. Sugary drinks, processed snacks, fast food, and mindless eating can quickly push you above your daily calorie target without you realizing it. Even foods labeled as healthy can become a problem when portion sizes are ignored. This is why tracking your food intake, even for a short period, can completely change your understanding of nutrition. It teaches you what your body actually needs versus what your cravings want. Building abs is not about eating perfectly every single day. It is about creating a sustainable system that you can follow for months, not just weeks. Small, consistent decisions. Choosing water over soda, cooking meals at home, prioritizing protein, and controlling portions may seem simple, but over time, they create the lean foundation needed for your abs to finally become visible. Once your nutrition is under control and your body begins moving toward a lower body fat percentage, the next step is understanding exactly how lean you need to become before your abs start to show. Many people spend months training without visible results because they focus only on workouts and ignore one critical factor: body fat percentage. Your abdominal muscles may already be strong, but if your body fat remains too high, those muscles will stay hidden no matter how many exercises you perform. For most men, abs begin to appear somewhere around 10 to 12% body fat, while women usually begin to see abdominal definition at slightly higher levels due to natural hormonal differences. Of course, genetics, muscle development, and fat distribution all play a role, but understanding these numbers gives you a realistic target instead of guessing based on appearance alone. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is relying only on the scale. Body weight can be useful, but it never tells the full story. You may lose weight without losing fat, or even gain weight while looking leaner because you are building muscle at the same time. This is why tracking your progress through multiple methods is far more effective. Taking weekly progress photos under the same lighting, measuring your waist circumference, monitoring how your clothes fit, and tracking your gym performance all provide valuable information. Sometimes the mirror will show progress long before the scale does. Learning to trust these indicators can prevent unnecessary frustration and keep you motivated during slower phases. Cardio can also become a useful tool during this stage, but it should be used strategically rather than excessively. Many people believe that spending hours running on a treadmill is the fastest way to get lean, but too much cardio can lead to fatigue, muscle loss, and burnout if not balanced properly. Instead, focus on sustainable activities such as daily walking, cycling, or short high-intensity sessions a few times per week. Increasing your daily movement outside the gym, such as taking the stairs, walking after meals, or simply staying active throughout the day, can significantly increase your calorie expenditure without adding extra stress to your recovery. Perhaps the most important lesson during this phase is patience. Body fat does not disappear overnight, and the closer you get to visible abs, the slower progress often becomes. This is completely normal. Your goal is not to rush the process, but to maintain habits that allow fat loss to happen consistently. Every healthy meal, every workout, every step, and every good decision moves you closer to the lean physique you are working for. After building the nutritional foundation and reducing your body fat to a level where your abdominal muscles can begin to show, the next step is actually developing those muscles so they look strong, thick, and clearly defined. One of the biggest misconceptions in fitness is that abdominal training should be treated differently from every other muscle group. Many people perform hundreds of crunches, endless planks, or random core circuits every day, believing that more repetitions automatically lead to better abs. In reality, your abdominal muscles respond to the same training principles as your chest, back, shoulders, or legs. If you want them to grow, you must train them with resistance, intensity, proper technique, and progressive overload. Your abs are made up of muscle tissue, which means they need tension to develop. Doing the same easy bodyweight exercises every day may improve endurance, but it often does little to create the deep muscle separation that people associate with a defined six-pack. Instead, focus on exercises that challenge your core through a full range of motion while allowing you to gradually increase difficulty over time. Movements such as hanging leg raises, cable crunches, weighted decline sit-ups, and ab wheel rollouts are extremely effective because they force your abdominal muscles to work against resistance rather than simply moving through empty repetitions. Each rep should be controlled, deliberate, and performed with full concentration. Momentum should never replace muscle engagement. Progressive overload becomes essential here. This means your abs need a reason to adapt and grow. If you performed 12 cable crunches last week with a certain weight, your goal may be to perform 13 reps this week, add slightly more resistance, or improve your technique and control. These small improvements, repeated over months, create major changes in muscle development. Without progression, your body has no reason to change. Recovery is equally important, and this is something many people ignore. Training abs every single day does not necessarily produce faster results. Just like any muscle, your core needs time to repair and grow after hard sessions. Training your abs 2 to 4 times per week with proper intensity is often more effective than doing light workouts every day. Quality always beats quantity. Another key factor is mind muscle connection. During every repetition, you should feel your abdominal muscles contracting, shortening, and controlling the movement. If you only feel your hip flexors, lower back, or neck doing the work, your technique likely needs adjustment. Building great abs is not about doing more exercises. It is about making every repetition count, challenging your muscles intelligently, and giving them the opportunity to grow stronger with each session. At this point, you have learned the truth about what it really takes to build visible abs and create a strong athletic body. You now understand that abs are not built through endless crunches, miracle supplements, or short term motivation. They are built through a combination of smart nutrition, disciplined fat loss, effective resistance training, full body muscle development, and most importantly, consistency over time. Every step in this process matters, and none of them can fully replace the others. You cannot out-train poor eating habits, just as you cannot expect a great physique by dieting alone without building muscle. Real transformation happens when all of these pieces work together as one system. What makes this journey powerful is that it goes far beyond physical appearance. At first, you may start because you want a six-pack, a leaner waist, or a body that looks better in the mirror. There is nothing wrong with that. In fact, having a visual goal can be a powerful source of motivation. But as you continue, something deeper begins to happen. You start building discipline every time you choose a healthy meal instead of junk food. You build confidence every time you push through a difficult workout. You build mental strength every time you show up on days when motivation is low. Over time, the process stops being only about abs and starts becoming about the person you are becoming. There will be challenges along the way. There will be weeks where progress feels slow, days when energy is low, and moments when doubt tries to convince you that your body is not changing. This is completely normal. Every athlete, every bodybuilder, and every person who has built an impressive physique has gone through those same moments. The difference is not talent. The difference is persistence. They kept going when others stopped. They trusted the process when results were not immediately visible. Remember that your body is always responding to your habits, not your intentions. One intense workout will not transform your body, just as one unhealthy meal will not ruin your progress. What shapes your physique is what you do consistently, day after day, week after week, month after month. Every workout, every meal, every hour of sleep, and every small decision is a vote for the person you want to become. So if your goal is to build abs that truly stand out, do not chase shortcuts. Focus on mastering the fundamentals, trust the process, stay patient, and keep showing up. Because in the end, abs are not just built in the gym, they are built through the lifestyle you choose to live every single day.